as an agency, we ourselves need to increase our revenue.
Mhm.
And we need to do that from a proactive standpoint. And I think, and I think that comes with a lot of sort of transparency. I think agency leaders should be transparent and directional with their staff in terms of having those conversations. I think one of my first experiences with that was I was working on Discover Card at Kinetic, and with David Krupp and Miriam Milkowski and a lot of great people. And Discover Card had just signed on to be like the official sponsor of the Orange Bowl or something, whatever year that was, 08, 09, we're talking 10 years ago, right? And I remember seeing that kind of like an article, a press release or something, and I kind of was like, well, that's interesting. Like the Orange Bowl is a pretty big deal. Yeah. And so, we just sort of reached out to the client and just said, hey, what are you doing to support the fact that you just sponsored the Orange Bowl? And she was like, oh, I don't know, nothing really. And it was like, so we put together a proactive, super simple, some aerial banners, some digital bulletins with like a countdown clock, whatever. And they loved it. Super small buy. But I remember very specifically, David Krupp was like, because you did that, because you saw that and reached out, you brought the company, X amount more revenue. Mm. And it was an interesting moment of being like, well, that's interesting, and like, well, that's pretty cool. And so I think, at the agencies, like we should always be having a business development, a growth oriented mindset. And I'm sure that it's always there. It just has to be sure that it's kind of trickled down.